All right, hello everybody. We are on the last section of this chapter, 7.5. We're going to be finding the GCF, which is the greatest common factor, and we're going to be using the distributive property to factor algebraic expressions, and I'll explain what all that means, but distributive property you should know, and we're going to be factoring. Part 1 is finding the GCF, and these are some steps that you can use to help. First, you're going to use the step method, and I'll explain what that is in a minute if you don't know. All numbers need to be divided by prime numbers. That will always be very helpful if you do it that way. You do not have to do it that way. And the answer will be the product of the prime numbers and the variables, which means you're going to multiply them. So let's go ahead and look at our first one. 16x and 24x. And I'm going to do this one with all prime numbers. You're going to divide them both by 2. 2 is the first prime number. It's the smallest prime number. This will become 8x, and this will become 12x. Okay? This is called the step method by putting this box. Then we're going to make another one. Because 8 and 12, I'm just looking at the numbers right now, can be divided by 2. Again, you'll get 4x, and you'll get 6x. Divide by 2 again. You keep going until your numbers have nothing in common anymore. 2x and 3x. Now, 2 and 3, there's no number other than 1 that you can divide them both by. I look at my variables. They both have an x, so I can divide out the x. 2x divided by x will leave me with 2. 3x divided by x will leave me with 3. Your answer, right here, product of the prime numbers and the variables. That's all of this. 2 times 2 times 2 times x, which is 8x. So that's your answer. All right, number 2. 28CD and 35C, I can divide them both by 7. You'll get 4CD, and you will get 5C. 4 and 5 have no other number in common other than 1. So now I look at my variables. They both have a C. So I can divide out a C. You'll get 4D, and you'll get 5. Nothing else in common here, so your GCF, 7 times C is 7C. Number 3, 36 A cubed B and 56 AB. So let's divide them both by 2. You get 18 A cubed B. You get 28 A B. Okay, 18 and 28, let's divide them again by 2. You'll get 9a cubed b and 14ab. 9 and 14 no longer have anything in common. Now I start looking at my variables. They both have at least one a. This one has an a times an a times an a. This one only has 1. So we can only pull out one a. You'll be left with 9. This becomes a squared because you took out one of them, b. This one becomes 14b because you took the a out. They both have a b. Pull that out as well. 9a squared, and this one becomes 14. Nothing else in common, so your answer, 2 times 2, 4 times a times b. Okay. One more, and then we'll move on to part 2. Divide these both by 2. You'll get 9x cubed y squared and 21xy cubed, or squared, sorry. That is a common error, just bringing things down that you don't make a mistake. Divide these both by 3. You'll get 3x cubed y squared, and you get 7xy squared. 3 and 7 no longer have anything in common. Go for your x's. This has 3 x's. This has the 1. You can only take out 1 then. 3x squared, because now we took away 1, y squared. 7x is gone, y squared. This has a y squared, this has a y squared. So you can take out both of them all in one shot. This will become 3x squared. Both y squareds go away, and this becomes a 7. GCF, 2 times 3 is 6, times x times y squared. 6xy squared. Okay, let's do some factoring now. Part 2, factoring an algebraic expression. Step 1, find the GCF. Find the GCF of the terms. I lost the word of in there. Part 2, put GCF outside the parentheses and the remainders inside the parentheses. Basically what you're doing is the reverse distributive property. You're pulling out the GCF and then leaving the remainder inside the parentheses. So it's going to look like our problems from section 7.1. First one, 3x plus 12. I can pull out of those two numbers the 3. I'm left with x. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Bring down this sign, plus. Your answer. This is the only thing in common. You put the GCF outside. The GCF is 3. The rest goes inside the parentheses, x plus 4. And this is called factoring an algebraic expression. This is your answer. Pulling out the GCF, putting the remainders inside. So that if we were then to distribute, we would get back to our regular answer. All right, we will do 2 more. And then we are done for today. 9 plus 9x, I can divide out a 9 from both of these. 9 divided by 9 is 1. 9x divided by 9 will be 1x. We just write x, we don't write 1x. Bring down your plus. So we write 9 times the quantity, 1 plus x. That's your answer. This one, 65 and 39, we could divide by 13. You get 5 here. You get 3b here. Bring down your minus. 13 goes outside. 5 minus 3b goes inside. Notice I did not change the order. It stays in the order given and just brought down into the parentheses. That is it. Have a wonderful night.